All right. On July 11th, 2023, a really interesting case came down. Thai, like Thailand, THAI versus IBM, International Business Machines Corporation, came down. And it's a case about whether or not an employer has to reimburse employees for expenses from working from home. Basically, as everyone knows, the Governor Newsom issued an executive order, directed all Californians to stay in their residences to combat the spread of COVID-19. After the order went into effect, IBM ordered thousands of its employees to perform their job duties from home. Paul Thai, like Thailand, was employed by IBM, and his job duties required internet access, which costs money, telephone service, which costs money, a telephone headset, and a computer and accessories like the keyboard, the mouse, and stuff. Although IBM provided those items, his co-workers had to provide their own equipment and their services at home, like the internet service. IBM never paid its employees for those expenses. Mr. Thai alleging its failure to reimburse employees for necessary business expenses as required by Labor Code Section 2802A as an alpha. So the trial court ended up dismissing the case, reasoning the governor's order was an intervening cause of the incurred expenses. Well, Thai appealed. He went up to the higher court. There's one trial judge made that decision. There's 3 appellate judges, and they overruled it. They reversed the dismissal of the case, said that case should never have been dismissed. And basically, they explained, to prevail on a 2802 claim, a unreimbursed employee expense claim, you have to show 3 things. 1, the employee made expenditures. 2, the expenditures were incurred in direct consequence of the employer's duties. And 3, the expenditures or losses were necessary for the business. It was interesting, the appellate court basically said that the plain language of statute requires the employer to reimburse employees regardless of whether the governor's order was the proximate cause of the expenses or not. So as an employer, obviously, that was an unusual situation, but regardless, if your employees incur expenses, especially if they're working from home, you have to reimburse them. There's a lot of penalties associated with that. It's an interesting case just because of the extreme circumstances. Thanks.